old quandary of formations here. That is a flow stone, but then that turns into another feature. You can do any number of names. Something very interesting, though, folks. You're looking at this feature here, and you're looking at this feature here, and you're looking at this feature here, and I can't tell you which one is the oldest. It all depends upon that flow of that calcite-rich water coming through and redepositing that limestone to make these beautiful formations here. When that calcite material comes down, it's that clear white material here, very, very milky white, and it's beautiful, beautiful. The water, at one point, kind of like a bedding plane right there too. What happened? Lots and lots and lots of water was coming in there and just rolling in, flowing in. And once it gets down to this point, when that is sloped in, that bottom wall sloped in, this grows so slow that they're vertical because gravity keeps them drops perfectly. They're dropping off like gravity would, it's vertical. And these formations, they get that real rich calcite material and it starts being redistributed on these beautiful formations. At this point, we call this a drapery. And this is 55-foot drapery, absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Now, folks, we are in the cathedral room. This is the largest and the prettiest cave. That's where all those minarets and things are. Well, really what it is it's a rock that has dropped down from the ceiling. It's called a slab formation. And what happens over the years, the stalagmites grew up there, and that's what we call the battleship. And that was in honor of the folks that were doing the actual infrastructure here. Mr. Flug got to meet them, and they were most of them were World War II veterans. They said, Mr. Flug, they said, that looks like the taxi cab that brought me across the Atlantic Ocean to fight the Germans in 1944. So he's hanging off the wall, the box. Here's the audience up there. And here you have curtains on top, and you have beautiful columns holding everything up. From the other wall, it looks much more like an opera box, I got to tell you that. But also, we have that clear calcite up there, and we have some guests up there. So use your imagination. Do you see anybody up there? Any face that reminds you of something? Yeah. Well, I heard her before I saw her. There's Marge Simpson there with that beautiful haircut. And right over there, I'm very impressed that this fellow came down to see me. Anybody know who that is? Santa. How about Chewbacca? How about that fellow right behind him, E.T.?
Yeah.
And how about that crazy squirrel from Ice Age right there? And he's the one that runs around and collects all the nuts right there. So you can go look up there and see anything you see, and people say, maybe you made that. Well, I'll tell you what, in 1970, there was no Chewbacca and there was no E.T. So these are just all natural, kind of worn, just like candles, like melted. And the reason being, violent earthquake recorded in North American history. About 200 years ago, we think. Take a look back there. I don't want to blind you with my light. We think that was the front the door of the bath, right there. That's info. And that here is all virgin material that came from the surface. And we think the pneumatic earthquake did that. We think that violence that I mentioned, the surface violence, caused all of that sinkhole to collapse and all that material to come down. I'll show you another one of the same thing. Now, why am I blaming that earthquake? Because we had this pile of guano carbonated. It's about 23 feet long, about 6 feet high. The bottom of that pile helps us keep those mosquitoes out of our backyards, but also it saves the agriculture people billions of dollars a year because they eat a lot of that. The gray bats have a unique habit. And those gray bats move about every 3 weeks. They hang together, there's 125 bats per square foot, but they have this unusual habit of actually dropping down and moving to different parts of the cave. We don't know why, but they do that. And that's probably just enough to fly every year. We go through the hibernation areas and increased since COVID started. We have more bats coming up here. I'm from the great state of New Jersey. East Coast, lived in Florida for 10 years. What you see hanging from the ceiling are, we call these soda straws. And this is how all stalactites, very most of them, begin their life cycle. They're hollow tubes. And what will happen at one, they can go 4 or 5 feet long. I've seen them about 3 feet long. If they, is there water pouring down there? That's new growth. And that's, wherever it's hitting, there's new growth down below. Look right over here. This has been getting water since 1988, since one of our guides started. And look at the difference. And then look at right 6 inches away. But that had its chance at one time too. Look at that. So the water does migrate back and forth and adds, but this is getting